Japan's upcoming snap election is the quickest called by a sitting prime minister since the post-war era, and the stakes are high. Sanae Takaichi, Japan's fourth prime minister in 5 years, has stated that if her party were to lose a majority in the election, she would step down. With polls for Takaichi as high as 70%, she is seeking to strengthen her party's position and gain public support for her leadership. Among the top concern of voters are the weak yen and rising living costs. However, more than ever before, immigration has taken a central stage in the discussion around this election. Japan has surpassed record levels of foreign nationals living in Japan in recent years. Foreign workers in Japan hit a record high of over 2.5 million in 2025, up 11.7% from the previous year. Last year, the Japanese government predicted that the population of foreign nationals living in Japan could comprise 10% of the total population by the year 2040. For Japan, this represents a major shift in national identity.
Taking into account Japan's labor shortages, the need to increase foreign labor can't be helped and is something we have to do. But in terms of what kind of future we are trying to create, this is something the government isn't articulating at all.
This election also highlights the shifting of another status quo: trust in whether or not the United States would provide sufficient military support to Japan if it were ever in need.
Military spending for this year, approved by Takaichi's ruling coalition, raised Japan's defense spending up 9.4% from last year, putting the government on track to reach its goal of 2% GDP for military spending. These increases put Japan on track to become the world's third largest defense spender after the United States and China. Japan's reliance on the U.S. for defense since the end of the Second World War has allowed it to focus on its economy for decades. That's changing with Donald Trump at the wheel in the United States and recent shifts in the U.S. national security strategy.
The U.S. has been protecting Japan, but I think we should increase the defense budget so we can defend the country ourselves in case this ever ends.
This week's election will set the course for whether Japan's defense budgets and policies on foreign nationals stay intact. The results will shape the evolution of Japan over the course of the coming decades. David Caprara, TRT World, Osaka.